In the United States, the yellow line should always be on your left. This line indicates oncoming traffic is on the other side of the road. On a two-lane road, a solid yellow line means you cannot pass. A dotted yellow line indicates that you can pass with caution.
If I see a solid yellow line on one side and a dotted yellow line on the other side, only the side with the dotted lines can pass. I can cross over a solid yellow line to pull into a driveway if necessary. Crossing the yellow line is dangerous, so I always stay cautious and alert.
Yellow lines can also mark the shared left turn lane. They are easy to spot because you will see a lane large enough for a vehicle with the dotted yellow lines followed by a solid yellow lines on each side. This lane should always be entered with caution because oncoming traffic shares this lane with traffic in your direction to perform left turns to roads, parking lots, and driveways. If you see double yellow lines on your side of the bracket, do not enter the lane until a dotted yellow inside line appears. That means the lane is open to traffic in your direction.
When on a divided highway, I will see a yellow line marking the left edge of the roadway where the roads are separated by a barrier or median, just as a reminder that traffic is traveling in one direction.
You may find double broken yellow lines separating the lanes. At certain times of day, these lanes are used to regulate the flow of traffic moving in different directions. In the morning, there may be 3 lanes open going into a thriving business district, but in the evening, the lanes change so that 3 lanes are going out of the city into the suburbs. Lights will accompany these lanes, telling a driver which lane they can use at any given time. A red X indicates that a lane is closed. A yellow X indicates that the driver should leave the lane because it will soon end. A green arrow means that travel is permitted in a lane. A flashing yellow X means that turning is the only option allowed in that lane. White lines indicate that all traffic is moving in the same direction on the road. Broken white lines may be crossed with caution, but remember to check your mirrors and over your shoulder for vehicles coming up from behind you before trying to merge into another lane. Solid white lines are hazardous to cross. They indicate bicycle lanes and turn lanes. These prevent people from changing lanes too close to an intersection or in a large curve in the road.
Sometimes the solid white line along the outside edge of the road is referred to as a fog line, as it can be seen in my right headlight in the fog as well as rain. Though my powers allows me to see through the rain and fog, this line will help you to stay in your lane and not accidentally leave the roadway. Other white lines I may encounter on the road are stop lines or limit lines at stop signs and intersections, crosswalk markings, and parking spot grid markings.
White arrow markings in lanes tell you which direction you can travel in, letting you know whether or not a turn is permitted. White diamonds painted on the road indicate that the lane is for high-occupancy vehicles. This is sometimes referred to as the carpool lane, and certain restrictions apply if you're driving in it. These pavement markings are often accompanied by regulatory signs, providing specific information about the roads and other lanes you're traveling on.
Occasionally, words or letters will be painted on the roadway in white to alert me to something coming up ahead. An X, surrounded by 2 R's, indicates a railroad crossing ahead. The word school means that I have entered a school zone. Lane ends means that a lane ends ahead and I should merge over.
When parking, you may find sections of the curb painted various colors. A sign telling you the rules for parking often accompanies the paint on the curb, but some of the basics are as follows. White paint is for unloading or loading of passengers. Yellow paint is unloading and loading items. Blue paint is reserved for handicapped. And for red paint, do not stop, stand, or park. It's a fire emergency area.
I think of these shapes and colors like rules and spaces on a board game, telling me what I can and can't do to help me get to my destination.